Hi guys, Kevin here. Welcome back to the TheBitsTribe channel. Today's video is quite important because we have another health-related product that could be a better alternative to the Apple Watch at an affordable price. This is the YHE technology that specializes in smartwatches that focus on health monitoring, and there's no other fancy gimmicks other than that. It's basically a watch that provides you various tests that you can do it throughout the day at your own pace. It's great for fitness people, health-conscious people, elderly people, or people with existing health issues. Before I talk about the smartwatch, let's go through the contents of the box that they provide. So basically, you got a quick guide and a full-on detailed user manual, which I suggest reading it because there's different types of tests, how you can actually set them and also get the results conveyed to you. It's very interesting. I suggest just spending 10 minutes on it. Now, aside from that, you have a Type A to micro USB charging cable. I wish it was Type C N right here for modern reasons. Aside from that, this is the proprietary charging dock where you just place the watch on top of it and you can start charging it. This is where you hook up the cable to it. Aside from that, out of the box, they also provide you this paper measuring tape-ish, where you can actually measure your wrist size and actually match the amount, what holes you are, or what numbers it is to the corresponding holes right here, so you can get a better fit. So before we jump into the test, let's run through how to use a smartwatch in a general sense. If you swipe down to top, here you have your notification coming from your phone if you pair it via Bluetooth. If you swipe from top to bottom right here, you have a few quick settings control like your brightness control. You toggle on and off your Bluetooth. You can toggle on and off your low power battery saving mode, your alarm, your do not disturb, whether you want sound notification or vibration, as well as quick access to your settings. In settings, this is where you can control the watch in greater detail, like your display, screen timeout, brightness, always on, or raise your wrist to wake it. And you can change between 4 dial themes. So you have one of this, and one more. Sorry, let me show you one more time. So click this, dial theme, and one more is this. So personally, I prefer the 4th face right here, where you can see the seconds, minute, hour, and also these 4 little vibrant tabs right here to show you your heart rate, your oxygen reading, your battery life for the watch, and how many steps you have taken through the day. Now, if you go back to settings right here, you also have your alert notification, whether you have the apnea alert or basically telling you to not be stationary, to move it. Next is you have your about the watch, your language, your units, how you want to do them, whether it's American or global. You have your temperature controls. You can reset the watch, and as we go back to the home screen, you can also swipe left to right. Here you have all the quick summary of the steps you have taken, calories burned, the distance that you walk through. And when you scroll from right to left, here you have quick access to 3 different health readings right here. So the first test is the blood pressure monitoring test right here. Tap the icon, it will show you 2 different phases. The first main phase right here shows you your last reading. You press start, follow the instructions, and you can get a reading a couple seconds later. Optionally, you can also set the watch to give you a reminder to measure in terms of cycle mode, meaning you can actually get a reading once in the morning. You can set a particular time, in the noon, in the night time, and basically the watch will vibrate or buzz you to take that reading at a particular time that you set. Optionally, if let's say if you have a blood pressure issue throughout the day, you can also go custom mode right here, press settings, and you can actually set the time and time to start and the intervals to take. So maybe you want to take a couple of times throughout the day just to check your blood pressure. This is where you can use the custom mode right here. So aside from that, you can actually scroll down right here to press help to understand the function better. You can also press the blood pressure record to see your reading throughout the day right here, so you can see whether there is any spikes. That's where you can use this information to seek a professional opinion or doctor's opinion. Now, as we go back right here, you can also swipe to the second phase right here, where you can use this in guest mode. Basically, it will measure, but not on your data, or basically when you sync to the app, it's not going to affect your readings. Basically, you can apply this to your friends or family members who you may assume that may have a blood pressure issue, or just show how the watch works. So basically, you can use it on another person to also, once more, get the information, but don't react to it. Use the information as data where you can pass it to a professional to get a second opinion. So if I go back right here, and if I press start, so what it do is it asks you to put the hand at a certain angle together with hand, and you can see that this part right here balloons up. So this increase the pressure and start to take the pressure reading through your wrist right here. So it's like a little cuffling balloon right here. Alright, the second mode is my favorite mode that I do the test throughout the day because I'm a person who is very stressful, is my heart rate measurement right here. So I set, this is the main phase right here, so basically I set as auto measure, so it captures the data throughout the day. But let's say if you don't want it to be auto measure, it's fine, you can toggle it off, so you can actually have the reading once you activate it. So it takes a couple of seconds, then the reading will pop out to show how much is your beats per minute. The third monitoring is the heart rate variability test right here, so it's this icon. Now I don't have the data right here because I take the watch out during sleep, so it does not track accurately. So basically what it needs you to do is you have to wear the watch for a very long duration of period of time, like 24/7 right there, and that's where you enable this mode. It tracks your heart rate when you're sleeping, throughout the day, whether you have high activity, low activity, having lunch, chilling, doing work. It helps you to measure any irregularities in your heartbeat. If you have any heart problem, or let's say if you're having diabetes, a low sugar, blood sugar issues, this way it will monitor and buzz you and notify you whether there is sudden downward spike or upward spike. That's one way to also keep track of your health. So the fourth test is basically oxygen amount in your blood. This is actually a new test that I discovered in this watch right here quite recently. So basically it reads the amount of oxygen that you have in your bloodstream and tells you whether you have enough oxygen, I guess. Aside from those serious test and monitoring apps that I show so far, you can actually use the watch for daily use. Like for example, if you're working out, you can tap the workout function right here, choose between outdoor walkings, indoor runnings, or outdoor runnings right here. Basically, as you tap it, you will be tracked of all the information like the pacing, the kilometers, the heart rate, and the total time you have spent working out. So this app right here will show you all these little details right here. Now aside from that, you have your alarm app right here where you can set multiple alarms for different notifications throughout the day. My favorite app is definitely the calories app right here. So this is just a general graph showing the workout, walk, and BMR, or basically how your body naturally burns calorie throughout the day. You can actually swipe up and you can see all the amount in greater detail right here. As we go back right here, you have your sleep tracking information right here, which works in tandem with the heart variable rate that I showed in the app earlier. So basically you have your weather app and pretty much a very simple watch. The BP Doctor app is a user-friendly app that everyone can use, including elderly people. It provides you the necessary information such as your timestamp, battery life, refresh button to keep the data updated. I suggest every 2 days or so to get all the data recorded in the app right here. And basically all you see here is all these little cards to show you the summarized view of all the apps that is in the smartwatch right here. You can edit the cards and arrange them accordingly. So you can see your blood pressure, oxygen reading, heart rate, variable heart rate, sleep pattern, calories, workout steps, weight, and when you press card right here, you can remove or add accordingly. Now aside from that, I would say that if you need more information of certain apps right here, you can always press the card and actually view all this necessary information. So let's say if you have a regular blood pressure readings right here, right? You can do it on a week basis or the year basis right here. You can actually show the professionals that how regular or irregular your heartbeat is. From there, the doctor can actually use it as a general point of view to advise you the next step of action right here. So pretty simple app, everyone can use. All the information is in greater detail once you tap into the sub cards right here. So let's say if you're into sports or fitness, you want to have an action plan, you can do a calendar plan right here. Aside from that, the profile is very simple. It shows you your goal, family, readings, the watch information, and pretty much once more a simple app to use that provides information to yourself to keep track of whatever you need to know, as well as to show the professionals to get a second opinion. So let me share with you the user experience of using the smartwatch right here. I would say battery life can be improved if they included a bigger capacity. I wouldn't mind the increase in weight because the Apple side ecosystem right there, initially those people or those users complain about the smartwatch being heavy, but because of the health features and other features, they wouldn't mind. So I think a lot of users wouldn't mind that, because if you factor people who is health conscious, people who have health issues, elderly, or people with mobility, you wouldn't want them to constantly measure them, and as you measure them, the battery actually drains quite faster. Take them every day and try to charge them. Occasionally people get tiresome of that and may not want to use the watch on a regular basis. So if you set everything to auto measure, Bluetooth on a regular basis, and maybe you want to kill time, just randomly spam all the readings right here, the battery will not last a day, period, right? If you want the battery to last anywhere from 2 to 5 days, here is my recommendation. Enable low power mode, disable Bluetooth, enable Bluetooth when you want to app sync to the data to your app right here every 2 days or 3 days. That's my recommendation. Next is the disable of the wake up to risk function. Disable always on function and set the brightness to 50% if you're outdoors or 30% if you are indoors, because it's bright enough. And once more, in terms of blood pressure monitoring, you can set it 3 times a day. For the heart rate, you can auto measure throughout the day, but other tests and readings, just keep it neutral or just don't spam it at all. This way your battery life can extend. Next, using the smartwatch as a watch, right? I would say it's lightweight at the moment. I wouldn't mind the extra weight for the extra capacity once more. Now I have knocked my car, dropped it down on the tile numerous times, go underwater, accidentally hit a doorknob in a restaurant. I would say the stainless steel case is amazing. The glass right here is rather scratch resistant. Only there's one small nick right here. That is because I accidentally hit some metal. But it can take a beating. I'm not asking you to take a hammer and chisel all the things out right here. It can last a very long time. Now, who is the smartwatch for? That's the very big question mark. In the marketing data, they show is health conscious, fitness, people with health issues, elderly people. I beg to differ, and I would actually say that this watch right here is catered for people who is starting to worry about themselves. Now, I'm in my 30s. I'm no longer a teenager where I can survive with soda, popcorns, chicken, fried chicken, fries, potato chips. I'm no longer that young. And going into my 30s, it scares me to know that I'm aging quite fast. And I see a lot of news. Oftentimes you can see people in their 40s getting stroke, people in their 35s, 38 getting heart attack and pass away. This kind of scares me. And having a smartwatch that does a simple reading to check for inconsistency gives you a heads up, right? And with the data recorded into the app right here, you can also show the doctor that recently you have some inconsistency, sorry my English, or some spikes in the readings right here. Then you can get a professional or doctor's opinion what to do next to stay healthier, or basically mitigate the risk. I'm not asking you to see the data in this watch right here and consider it as super accurate. The accuracy is always the equipments, the lab equipments based in hospitals and clinics. The smartwatch right here gives you a good enough data where you can seek a professional help and recording the data to it. I'm not asking you to use the data right here, go to Google forums and find Google doctors. Never do that way. Find proper professionals. And that's what the smartwatch is for, and I believe this is for people in their 30s aging a bit quicker. Going 30s, going to 40s, 50s, that kind of age group that is more health conscious should get this smartwatch right here. So I hope this video, I know it's a little bit lengthy, shows you the app function, shows you all the practicality of the watch as a watch, and basically I have shared my experience right here. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas what other tests should be in a smartwatch, let me know in the comments below as well. And if you like this video, remember like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And once more, if you're interested to purchase this smartwatch right here, links can be found in the video description. Thanks again guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.